festival. You are listening to SGFR, podcast radio for the festival. Now broadcasting highlights and top picks, your tasty, tantalizing tease for this coming year.
Welcome, Steve. Thank you for joining us here in the interview suite. It's brilliant. Steve, everyone, he runs a fantastic little retro gaming, console gaming cafe up on Western Road, just opposite Norfolk Square. It sells amazing, really fun gamer food. I call it gamer food. And I spent such fun on the mini SNES, but you have other stuff. Steve, I understand you're coming to the festival and you're doing a pop-up type space with lots of consoles. Is that right? And if it is, tell us more.
Hello, everyone. Yep, this is Steve from One Up Cafe. We're doing a pop-up. It's going to be happening across the weekend. It'll be in the evening time. So what we'll have a load of old retro consoles, an arcade machine as well for people to come in and enjoy. So kind of related to some of the other games you'll play. I know Strange Games Festival is very much role-playing. More into that and board games, but I think the retro gaming side kind of relates to that as well. So
it does.
Really excited to join you guys and see what the festival's all about.
Oh, me too. I grabbed the opportunity to come to your cafe, and I had the best time for the longest. My partner had the best time as well. We were buzzing about it, and all we did was we played half a dozen games on a mini SNES. Can you tell us what kind of games are you bringing and what sort of net player numbers? We played a 2-up. Do you do larger numbers?
We'll have some 4-player consoles like Nintendo 64, which is my personal favourite. We'll have GoldenEye, of course, on that. Mario Kart, some of the good 4-player multi-games. We'll also have a GameCube as well, some of the great games on that, and again, that's a 4-player console. There'll be some other consoles, some 2-player ones like a Mega Drive, which has got some old Sega classics. You know, if anyone wants to have a drop in on some Streets of Rage or just to play some old Sonic games, which are really fun.
Yeah. I was thinking Sonic.
Yeah, that's probably the most iconic Sega game off the Mega Drive. There's plenty of others like Golden Axe and loads more to play. We'll have the mini SNES as well, which is, as you experience, really good fun. It's got the original Mario Kart on it. It's got Street Fighter, of course. The GameCube is more sort of early 2000s. We'll have some of these consoles from 8-bit, early 90s, early 90s to early 2000s, I'd say. And a good selection of games.
Now, my partner will not forgive me if I don't ask this question. Do you have Dance Dance Revolution, including the dance mat?
I do not. Is that a specific request that I need to?
No. But I know she'd be very, very pleased if it were there. But no, I've been to your cafe. You've got a very nice layout. It's just that's
the thing
with
game. Something like a dancing game. You need a bit of space. It's why we don't have a Wii setup currently. Although that is we might be renovating our basement, and in which case a Wii going. It's those kind of games that require a bit more space. Whereas because we're a small cafe venue, space is obviously a bit of a premium, but I totally agree. Those dance games are really fun and they're great party games. And I believe where we're setting up at Strange Games Festival, we are in one of the lodges, and I think we'll have quite a decent amount of space. We'll be hoping to bring around 6 consoles, maybe a couple more, as I said, an arcade machine, and if we can fit an area where we can have a dance mat, I'll bring a Wii anyway as well in case, and it'd be great to set something up like that.
That'd be amazing. How are you running it? Will there be time slots? Will there be some sort of scheduling? Or?
We were just going to run it because we don't really know what the feedback is going to be like or the popularity, so certainly to begin with, just going to be show up, drop in. Obviously if it's super busy, which we would love, then maybe come back another time. I guess we'll have to kind of review things as it goes along. So we'll be there that first night on the Friday night. Anyone who's interested, definitely come on down and check out what we've got going on. If people want to organise themselves, maybe we can get some sort of Mario Kart tournament or GoldenEye multiplayer game going on, maybe like a high score competition as well. So there's a few different things we're looking at doing. But at the moment, we're kind of by ear because obviously it's our first time doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say just that as the first time, let's start up. The whole thing about the festival, it is a bit of a sandbox festival with lots of people bringing innovative stuff in and trying new things and learning together and improving. So if it all goes well, who knows what the future might
Great. I'm really
bring
to
to us.
a lot of the board games, I'm into board games, but I'm not really into them. So there'll be plenty there that I'm looking forward to learning about as well.
Steve, I think you're going to be a natural fit because there is lots of board gaming, there's lots of Clock Tower, there's lots of Werewolf. We even have some mega games like Two Rooms and a Boom and Speakeasy, and people will occasionally do really unusual RPGs. I did one last year, which was based on the idea of deaf children developing their own sign language, which was kind of wild and weirdly fantastic. Plus, what you bring, I think, is just going to be a kind of icing on a cake. Talking about icing on cakes, and now the cafe you run, the one just opposite Norfolk Square, you do food there, and it's fun food. We really that's why I called it gamer food. It worked really well. You made a good menu. You're not doing food at the festival, is that right?
No, I think bringing lots of equipment and food hygiene, and we're kind of limited by the kitchen, the space and facilities. We will be bringing some cakes and things like that. And we are looking into possibly doing milkshakes and our super smoothies as well.
I think that makes a lot of sense. We do have other caterers coming in as well, so it takes some of the pressure off. But I will recommend it to anyone listening. If you're near Norfolk Square, find yourself a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours, go have brunch or something like that, and while your time away, because they do food. This is the point I'm making, even if it's not going to be brought along to the festival itself.
We're often busiest at weekends. We do some evening events, like we do run a Clock Tower event every 2 weeks, which is on a Friday night.
Oh, do you?
Which has been very popular. You can get tickets on our website. And then we do some other evening nights, like Smash Bros tournaments. We do private party hire as well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, people enjoy it for their birthdays, and we've had a few stag do's, which has been a bit interesting.
Let's name drop the website, which is One Up Cafe. That's the number one Up Cafe, or one word, .co.uk. We had a look at it myself. It's pretty comprehensive. It says some of the things that you say as well, and shows where the cafe is, and also the party hire options that you're talking about. In the unbelievable chance that there's someone out there coming to the festival who's never played a console game, how would you describe it, and will there be support for newbies?
If you've never played a console game, I don't think those people exist, do they? I guess you'll be confronted with a screen, some pixelated characters. A lot of the games are quite straightforward, really, especially when you get to the older consoles, because they literally have like 3 buttons. And the main thing is with the games is to not worry about being rubbish at the beginning, or dying, or not being able to win a race. Everything's learning right from the beginning, and everything, the first goes are a practice run anyway, so it's all practice. You're just getting to know, just press the buttons, you're not going to break anything. So just get to know the game, have fun with it, and that's what it's all about. There'll be plenty to get stuck into, and a bit of everything for everyone, depending on what kind of thing you like. And if you are a complete, total beginner, there'll be someone on hand to make sure the game's working for you, get you through the menu so you can start to play, give you a guidance on some of the buttons and what they do. But mostly, I would advise just press the buttons yourself.
My last, and it's a very important question. Well, it isn't really. I'm just being silly. My last question to you, Steve, is what is your favorite all-time console game?
That's a tough question, but I grew up with a PC actually. So games like Commander Keen, Doom. But if we're talking about consoles, Streets of Rage 2 is absolutely quality game. Really good fun to play with someone. I'd go with GoldenEye on the N64 just because multiplayer. I spent a long time playing that. It's good fun. Yeah, anyone who will come and challenge me at some GoldenEye, I might have a few prizes in there. I'm up for some challenges.
Excellent.
So let's start a multiplayer tournament.
Cool. Right, come and take Steve down, show him that you're better at GoldenEye than him, or maybe not. Steve, thank you very much for joining us here in the interview suite. We so look forward to having you at the festival. This is going to be so much fun.
Looking forward to it. Well, we'll see you there.
You've been listening to SGFR, the podcast radio channel for the Strange Games Festival.
This season's hosts have been James, Laura, Andy and Craig.
And if you'd like to come on the show, message us on the festival radio channel on the Strange Games Festival Discord server.